It's definitely not unusual for those of us parenting children with emotional and behavioural issues to feel totally disempowered, de-skilled and defeated at some point along the way. It's not that we don't know how to be good parents. Many of us have other lovely, well-behaved children to prove it. But some of our children, and especially those with attachment disorders, have an extraordinary power for finding our Achilles heel and for opening the wounds from our own childhood that we might not even have known existed. We also don't recognise that we're at risk of secondary trauma and compassion fatigue and so on. So it's hardly surprising. This all provides a perfect environment for our defensive survival patterns to emerge in response to our children's actions. For some of us, that might look like pulling away and disconnecting. Some of us tend to push back, become too forceful. Some of us like to do all of those things in any one day or any one moment. But the thing we all share in common when we're stressed is that we put up some kind of barrier between us and our children, even though we know we might be escalating the problem. And whilst whilst those defences might have protected us in the past, they are certainly getting in the way of us becoming the parent our child needs us to be. Now, it's important to have shed loads of compassion here. Many of us haven't learned how to stay connected to our own internal sense of security and safety when things get messy, because we didn't have it contained and modelled for us as children by our parents. And that's why embodied parenting matters. It's not just for the sake of our own health and well-being, as vital as that is. It's because when we model emotional regulation and emotional resilience for our children, and when we embody a sense of safety, of security and strength through our presence, then we can be more influential. Our children can be more receptive to our parenting interventions, and they begin to feel safe enough to start to release into the process of trust, reconnection and healing. It's not always in our power to fix and change or heal our children. That's their journey to make. But what we can do is learn to create the kind of environment that allows for whatever strengths, whatever possibilities and potentials that are hidden to come forward. But we can't learn those things from books alone, and that's why embodied parent education courses and coaching goes beyond the theory and teaches parents how to build new skills and how to put their theory and knowledge into action so they can become the best parents they can be when it matters most.